Young fans cheering their favorites in Athletes Unlimited makes a pro feel like a kid again. Sam Apuzzo always displays a youthful joy on the field, with her scoring talents easy as child's play. Today, the highly decorated Izzy Skane counters with a grown-up approach in her pursuit of victory. The heat is on for a high noon showdown with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. Ideal conditions for a double dip of lacrosse action. We're based at USA Lacrosse headquarters for Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. Today, two squads looking to bounce back from losses. Team Abby Bosco has all the right moves in a battle with Team Apuzzo, a group of high flyers that mean business. A very pleasant welcome to you. Alongside Courtney Martinez-Connor, a five-time national champion at Maryland, I'm Joe Beninati. We will welcome field reporter Kylie Ohlmiller very, very soon. These two teams fell short on opening day court, so what's their approach this afternoon?
I had the opportunity to talk with both captains, and they said they're not worried about it. The season has just begun. First game, a little bit of jitters are out. They reconvened at practice on Friday, and it's just all about playing loose and relaxing. There's 2 more games to go.
This is the opening weekend of Season 4 of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, and here's how we get it done. 56 of the best players in the world seek to crown one individual champion. Teams of 14 that are restocked every Monday by a captain's draft. Players record stat points, win points, MVP points over a compressed 4-week schedule. Courtney, all the eyes are usually focused on the leaderboard. Here's the way it looks after opening day.
Every single player that is in the top 10 of the leaderboard has recorded an overall win for their respective teams, as well as 3 of the 4 quarter-point wins. That adds up to a lot. But if you look at Maggie Hall, she's at the very top. She had a monster first game where she recorded 4 goals and 1 assist. Just goes to show that you need to perform both as an individual as well as a team.
Colors next to the players' names referring to their squads. Time to set up the headliners for this first game. Marie McCool, let's talk about her. She continues to display terrific energy for Team Bosco.
Marie McCool, a veteran of Team USA as well as Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. She is so fluid and explosive in her movements. She's a midfielder that can attack the cage, but she effortlessly can find those open players as well. A key to a good midfielder is hustle, intensity, scooping up a lot of ground balls, draw controls, cause turnovers. Marie McCool can even score a 2-pointer.
Over on the Team Apuzzo side, Charlotte North may be the biggest weapon on a squad that is absolutely loaded on offense.
The 2-man game is one of her staples. She works well with fellow BC alums. Her protection is unmarked. She puts her body between her stick and her defender. She really likes to change up the point of attack, mixing up those defensive players, sizing up the defense always, checking out her options, and throwing in those ever-tough stutters to match.
Take one glance at the roster for Team Apuzzo. You're going to notice a trend. Field reporter Kylie Ohlmiller, it looks like alumni weekend at Boston College.
Yeah, earlier this week in the draft, Sam Apuzzo was surprisingly pleased to see so many of her former BC Eagles still left on the draft board. You see Dempsey Arsenal, Charlotte North, Kenzie Kent, and of course, Apuzzo herself. Those 4 accounted for 9 of the 12 goals scored by the team in orange on Thursday night. Joe, Courtney, if there's one thing that I know about BC players, it's their unwavering desire to win. So I think we're going to see a big bounce back here today.
And you say that with a forked tongue, don't you? It was BC that hurt Kylie Stony Brook's squads often to end her collegiate career. Bosco and Apuzzo going in Game 3 of 24. Charlotte North will be listening in with us all season long. Let's begin with this question. How'd you like to see the offense improve today? We'll get that sorted out with Charlotte. Throughout the season, she'll be chiming in with us as we take you into the game. With Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, this is Season 4. Lynn Bowers, Erica Leslie, Devin Holcomb, and Liz Brush. The officials, Ronnie Anton will be the bench official today. Team Bosco in purple, Team Apuzzo in orange. They get the first crack at it on offense. We play this game, Courtney, 10-on-10. It's 6-on-6 at the offensive end of the field.
You know, it's an exciting form of lacrosse. It makes the game even faster. Slides have to come from a greater distance, so it gives more creativity for those offensive players.
This is Sam Apuzzo back in her collegiate number 2. First 3 seasons of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. She's 14 as this is whistled wide. The goal by Kaylin Hart, who struck for a tally in her first game as a professional back on Thursday. North had 4. She draws an early double. Hart is outside the 8-meter key. Score from beyond that. You get 2 points for your team and 16 points for your individual leaderboard total. Shot clock's at 10. There's a 60-second shot clock in AU Pro Lacrosse. Arsenault off the split dodge feeds Apuzzo. 3 seconds to shoot. That's fed to the crease and snared by the netminder at Reed. Reed, who made 8 saves back on Thursday. Every goalie stop is worth 4 points for the Cage Cops.
Now that's a change from previous seasons. Season 1 and 2, AU Pro Lacrosse. Goalie saves accounted for 6 points. Last season, 5. Again, players at the end of each season come together. The player executive committee reconvenes, trying to make the game the best possible showcase for all of those fans out there. And that includes not just rule changes, but also point allocations as well.
Change of possession, 20 seconds to clear for Team Apuzzo. A pass, though, that gets away from McPherson. You mentioned the player executive committee empowering the athletes as leaders and decision makers. We're looking for the first strike of the day. First of 2 games, Bosco and Apuzzo, followed by the goalie matchup of Team Glenn and 2-time defending champion Taylor Marino. Geyersbach wants it on the sweep. Shovels for Izzy Skade, 2-time Tewaaraton Award winner. Off the split dodge against Kayla Wood, rolls and scores! Izzy Skade.
If there's one thing that I know about Izzy Skane, you don't want to leave her out on an island with just one defensive player on her. A lot of quick ball movement, but they ultimately found number 27 in purple. And we see a one-on-one situation. She's just too dominant. She's strong, she's powerful. Quick change of direction, but it's the roll back that gets her defensive player, Kayla Wood, overstepping. Izzy Skane with her 2nd goal of AU Pro Lacrosse.
I love that look there by Izzy, because what Kayla Wood was doing, she was giving her left, but Izzy Skane took it a step further to say, I'm going to take you to my left, but then I'm going to roll back to my strong-handed right.
Alert senses from the high-scoring Skane. Courtney mentions her 2nd as a pro after 376 in her amateur days at Northwestern, number 1 all-time in Division I women's lacrosse goal scoring. This is Sammy Jo Tracy with the ball straight away for Team Bosco in purple. Picked up on the perimeter by rookie defender Megan Ball. Another AU Pro Sports Lacrosse draftee out of Maryland. This Twizzler spun high and wide by Sammy Jo Tracy, backed up on the end line. In lacrosse on a missed shot, closest to the ball where and when it leaves the field gets possession. Geyersbach, shaded by Lizzie Colson, one of the outstanding defenders at this pro level. Skane stumbling on her way down, fires. Had that one snapped out of the air by Kaylee Waters. Back in cage today for Team Apuzzo.
You know, Team Apuzzo was the lone team that had 2 different goalkeepers play throughout the entire game. You know, anytime on the field that you can try and make an adjustment or a change to just spark everyone on the field, that's what you're definitely looking for. But in speaking with Sam Apuzzo, she's prepared, she's ready, she knows what it takes, and she's one of those players who just really instills that energy and excitement from her team, and that's what she's looking for them to do here in Game 2.
1-0 advantage for Team Bosco. Apuzzo set to go from free position. This is the all-time leading goal scorer in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Yeah! Whistles and scores! A no-doubter from Sam Apuzzo.
I think Captain Sam Apuzzo has most definitely regrouped her team. She said getting back to the basics is first and foremost what they need to do in order to come up with a win today. The hard challenge to cage, anytime there's excessive fouling, cross checks, checks to the head, that's gonna initiate an 8-meter free position from the key. And this was just a stellar shot, low and away, even though it was to the stick side. Kylie, you have the best angle for that.
I'm standing right here on the sideline, and what I liked about that setup for Samapuzzo, something you see that's different for those step-down shots here in AU Pro Lacrosse versus the college game, she actually started about 1.5 yards away from the hash, or off the hash. That almost gave her an opportunity. If she planted that foot behind the goal, the arc there, it would have been a 2-point goal, but she stepped inside, so she kind of gave herself 2 options.
Kylie, that strike gives Apuzzo points in 41 straight games. Courtney, you were addressing the scoring changes from one season to the next. See how it differs from last summer.
You know, assist, I think that was one of the biggest changes that I noticed that could have a big effect on the game. A lot of players who are used to dishing the ball off were starting to back away a little bit. Instead of taking a lot of chances, it used to be -10. That's a lot of points off of your individual leaderboard, so I think that's going to help players be able to connect a little bit better on the field. We saw defensively some caused turnovers go down in points as well. But offensively, those assisters, that's what I think is going to be one of the biggest changes in terms of points.
Another draw control for Marie McCool, 4 in the purple for Team Bosco. She leads Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. No one has more draw controls than McCool over the first 4 seasons. Number 4 with it, getting downhill. On an isolation dodge, she'll find Kuykendall. Playing the 2-person game. Halfway through the shot clock, Grace Griffin has it. Griffin off the feed. Sammy Jo Tracy with a sidewinder. Answered on the angle there by Waters. They fight for the loose ground ball. It stays Team Bosco possession. McCool waiting, working in against Dempsey Arsenal. Marie lost her footing there. Finds the open player, Geyer's back, walks in. Great stop by Waters. Taking that one knee high. Brand new 60-second shot clock for Team Bosco.
Now that means that they can give themselves a little bit of a breath right now. They don't have to re-attack so quickly. Let those middies have a relaxing time on the offensive end as opposed to having to rush back onto the defensive end. 60 seconds again, another difference from the collegiate game. It's faster.
Waters already has more saves in the first 5 minutes of this game than she did in all of Thursday's contest. Much sharper right off the bat as she finds Dempsey Arsenault on the clear.
You know, it's not often that you would find a Team USA player with just 2 saves in an entire minute. Here's Team Apuzzo as we see them working that ball around in the lower left side. Look at that shot once again. Every single player on the field, as the goalkeepers have talked about, these shots are coming at them fast. If there's not a lot of sticks in front of them, slowing that ball down, you know, it's coming at you in terms of Charlotte North, 92 miles an hour.
Britt Reed made that one look easy on Cassidy Spillis, sending Team Bosco back to the offensive end. Just a reminder, every quarter is worth 20 points to all 14 players on the roster. You win an individual quarter, you gain 20 for yourself and your teammates. You win the game, all of you get 45. Dorney works to the outside. Shot clock's at 25. Geyer's back, rolling in against Colton. Rips that one off the post. Rebound taken to safety by Megan Ball. Arriving at AU Pro Lacrosse from Maryland, but transferring from Rutgers as she's decked near midfield. Megan Ball, who grew up playing in New Jersey with the AU Pro Lacrosse great Ali Mastriani. They're now working together at the same level. North gets underneath and scores! Charlotte North.
You know, I talked about Charlotte's protection early on in the game, and she puts her body between the stick and the defender, ultimately making those moves, accelerating to cage, making it look effortless, but it's the timing, the protection, and those finishing capabilities.
Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse is sponsored by EY. Courtney, thinking back to opening day, we had a couple of great games. Maggie Hall was incredible to tie the score, and then it would be Katie O'Donnell providing the winner for Team Glenn.
You can just feel her energy as you watched her team walk away with that win. It was a very tight game. Then looking into round 2, Team Marino versus Team Glenn. It's all about working hard on the field, connecting with those teammates. These girls haven't had a lot of practice with one another, but the connections that we saw from Team Marino, stepping up with that 10-7 win over Team Bosco, electrifying on the field. It wasn't just a defensive battle, but it was a battle between rookies and veterans.
Fans today bathed in sunshine here at USA Lacrosse headquarters in Sparks, Maryland. After the games, the players vote for MVPs, and this is the way it turned out after Thursday's festivities. 45 points for the #1 MVP getter.
And then 30 and 15 points respectively. Again, I think yesterday was a day of the rookies breaking out on all of their teams, obviously, especially Team Marino. They are 5 of the top 10 in terms of leaderboard points. Everybody in a purple and orange jersey is going to move up the leaderboard currently. We're going to have our second game between Glenn and Marino later today, so you're only going to see those in purple and orange moving up.
Low scoring so far this afternoon. Team Bosco in the purple. That squad canned its first shot on the day, but since then, 0 for 5 as Kaylee Waters has stiffened, making 4 stops in the process. Veteran defenders marching back to their positions, Meg Dowdy and Courtney Taylor. Taylor always has to have that pregame smoothie. Was that one of your rituals? Tell us about your pregame inclinations, your superstition.
Yeah, it's not there anymore, so I can't be, no. In College Park, we had the bagel place, and it is now gone.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, if you can believe it. But THB is pretty good around the corner. I think a lot of players like to head there when they head up to Sparks for their 4 weeks of AU Pro Lacrosse.
Sam Apuzzo against Marie McCool. Both members of Team USA in the past and important contributors to the efforts of the Stars and Stripes. Draw control here. Apuzzo fights for it and comes up with it, picks up 4 more points. Sam Apuzzo, a 3-time medalist in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. McPherson was run to the ditch there. Skane comes up with possession for Team Bosco in purple. It's a breezy day, temperatures in the low 80s. We're in Sparks, Maryland, I'd say 20 minutes north of Baltimore. Joe Beninati, Courtney Martinez, Connor in the booth. Kylie Oldmiller, former AU Pro Lacrosse athlete, is our field reporter this summer as she recovers from injury. Team Bosco's lone tally from Izzy Skane. McCool looking to add to those marks. Ran out of real estate, defended by Kinna. McCool turns the corner, snapped that one high. 20 seconds left to shoot. Geyer's back off the foul, will work it inside the 8-meter key. Crisscrossing with Dorney, who scores! Hannah Dorney.
Team Bosco looking like they're capitalizing off a defensive miscue from Team Apuzzo. 2-point goal from Hannah Dorney. So a quick grab after that shot from Marie McCool. Sam Geyer's back, bringing it into play. We just saw a little bit of disorganization from Team Apuzzo. So a quick pass, Dorney taking a shot. Looks like they weren't even ready. Dempsey Arsenault on ball. You see after that pick, she was a step behind, wasn't able to get to the hands of Hannah Dorney.
What I love about that, Sam Gyersback backed up that initial shot, and she went immediately into the next play. She picked up the ball, started to drive, and when she flipped it to Dorney, there was no settling down. So when Team Apuzzo on defense did settle down, like you mentioned, Courtney, they took advantage of it.
Hannah in her 2nd season out of Notre Dame. She's what they refer to as a double domer, 2 degrees from Notre Dame. McCool and Apuzzo back to the draw circle, and there's Abby Bosco with draw control for her team dressed in purple. Angled to the sideline by Kayla Wood. 3-2 for Team Bosco, a little bit more than 2 minutes to work. We play 10-minute quarters in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. The team that wins the individual quarter gets 20 points for everybody on their roster. If the score is tied at the end of any individual quarter, those points carry over. McPherson fouled Lindsay McCone there, and she's on her way off to the sideline with a yellow card.
A yellow card, she's going to be off the field for a minute. It is releasable off of a goal. Athletes Unlimited, as we had mentioned, smaller field dimension as well as the number of players on the field. 60 second shot clock, 2-point goals as we just saw from Hannah Dorney. No shooting space fouls, however, you see a little bit of a box outside of the goalie's goal circle. That's an area where defenders have to move through. They cannot stay in there. So that kind of takes place of the shooting space call.
A restricted area with regard to walling. Skane outside the 8-meter key, dancing to the inside. Now it will be Skane heading to a free position shot.
Looks like Kayla Wood was caught with that walling spot. You cannot be facing that attacker again anywhere in and around that area when a player with the ball is looking to shoot.
Skane drives, good kick save by Waters. Waters is sharp as a tack so far today.
Hey, get in! Mine, get in!
Ball belongs to Team Bosco. Fresh 60-second shot clock after the kick save from Waters. As Kuykendall is now asked to surrender the ball, we look at the save left side of the screen.
You know, what a change for Kaylee Waters. Her hands are fast, she's seeing the ball well. Difference from last Thursday night. That was very uncharacteristic for her just to have 2 saves in 20 minutes, but she has most definitely made adjustments, which each of the captains, both Bosco and Apuzzo, were looking for out of each of their players.
It was 2 saves on just 8 shots for Kaylee before she turned the cage over to her understudy, Emily Sterling out of Maryland. This is the same Kaylee Waters who's routinely around 100 saves every summer. Final minute of the opening quarter. Shot clock's at 20. Team Apuzzo in orange could win the quarter with a 2 or tie and force a carryover of those points should they strike here and not the score after 1. Long drive. Reed says, no, you don't. She made the save on Megan Kinna in the final 24 seconds of this opening quarter. Team Bosco back in purple and on the run with McCool. Shot clock's turned off. The 2-point goal from Hannah Dorney looks to give Team Bosco this first quarter scoring summary. They have the 3-2 advantage. They're about to bank 20 points for everybody, all 14 on the roster. Skane looking for one more here. Fights her way to the inside into that traffic jam as the opening quarter comes to its conclusion.
You know, and that was a safe call. You want to make sure that you're not putting any time on the table, giving the other team an opportunity to put a potential goal on the board.
Izzy Skane making her presence felt against Kaylee Waters. North 2 as we continues with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Sunglasses a good choice today here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. After 10 minutes, Team Bosco pocketing those 20 points with a 3-2 win after one. Folks, week 6 of the PLL schedule. It's rolling on today at Rafferty Stadium in Fairfield, Connecticut. The featured game, Atlas against the Cannons at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific on ABC, followed by the Archers and Redwoods on ESPN+. In fact, every game this season can be found on ESPN+. For the full schedule, go to espnplus.com/PLL. That Atlas team from New York, extremely high scoring. In this one, Hannah Dorney's 2-point tally near the end of the opening quarter, giving Team Bosco the 3-2 first quarter win. Charlotte North is wearing a microphone for us again throughout this summer of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Charlotte, if you have your ears on, in what ways would you like to see the offense work differently today?
I think we got to be a little more patient. We got to force the defense to spin and slide. So that starts with dodging hard and then having your eyes up to find the open person on the backside.
Charlotte, how big of an advantage is it for Team Apuzo in that you have a lot of BC alums already kind of maybe with that connection?
Absolutely. I mean, Sam Apuzo, Kenzie Kent, Dempsey Arsenal, 3 of the best players to ever play, but also to play for Boston College. So it's an honor to be out on this field with them.
Charlotte, we appreciate the thoughts. Thanks very much.
Thanks so much.
Sam Apuzo, who's had such an influence on Charlotte. Team Apuzo in orange, Dempsey Arsenal, another of those so fond of Chestnut Hill. But these days, Dempsey finds herself playing wall ball near the Pacific Ocean. She's working a lax training business out in the great state of California.
You know, despite two best friends being on opposite sides of the country, Apuzo, assistant coach at Boston College, Dempsey Arsenal, you know, getting those next players up and ready. It's a lot of times those non-traditional areas where they are sprouting some of the best talent.
First of 2 games today with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. This is Bosco and Apuzo. Coming up later, Glenn and Marino. Check out the website, auprolacrosse.com, to find out where you can watch that one. Sam Apuzo and her squad with draw control. Kayla Wood, 3 times a captain in the inaugural season of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. That was won by midfielder Taylor Cummings. It was a 15-game schedule back then. This season, the women played 12 times.
And again, the fact that AU Pro Lacrosse, they listen to their athletes, what they want, what they're looking for in terms of a pro league, I think speaks volumes when you are able to have input as a player.
Britt Reed for Kristen Carr, AKA Cookie, able to clear with the help of Meg Dowdy. Dowdy strolling into the offensive half and then finding the capable cross of Marie McCool. McCool has 22 multiple goal games in her AU Pro Sports career. That career has been highly recognized annually among the top 10 on the leaderboard. There's Lindsay McCone, floats it back. McCool thought about the 2-point strike. 20 seconds left to shoot. Skane dodging Wood. Help from Griffin. Off the re-dodge, look for Kuykendall. Shot clock's at 8. Kuykendall, sharp angle. Geyer's back. She muscled that one wide of the goal. This is going to be a shot clock violation, a change of possession over to Team Bosco.
I'm not sure if Marie McCool knew how much time was on that clock. I doubt she would have ran to get that ball. Everybody's a good sport on the field, but as you always tell those younger players, the other team has legs too. They can run and get that ball.
Something Team Apuzo was talking about in between quarters in their huddle was just making sure that they're recognizing who is not sliding on defense. So if you take a look down at Abby Bosco and Sam Apuzo, she's likely not to slide to a driving offensive player.
Field reporter Kylie Ohlmiller with a good sense for how this game sounds from her proximity on the sideline. This is Kenzie Kent, the all-time leader in assists in AU Pro Lacrosse. Charlotte North draws the double. That was a tough catch inside for Spillis. It's tracked down by Kent with 14 seconds to shoot. Kenzie going to the goal. Below goal line extended. Good takeaway check there. A caused turnover. for Meg Dowdy, and that's big when it comes to individual points. The cause turnover for Dowdy and a +10. Lizzie Colson takes it right back, however, for Team Apuzo. We're looking for the opening tally in the first 3 minutes of the second quarter.
Kylie, you talk strategy about whether or not someone's going to slide, or as we saw when Charlotte North touches the ball, those slides are coming quickly. They are sending a double to her, wanting to make sure they shut down any of those players that have a knack for the goal. Strategy, how often can you talk about it? There's only 3 games and then the teams change up again on Monday.
Yeah, it's really important to talk strategy in those huddles in between all of the quarters and timeouts.
Spinning drive there from North, rejected by Britt Reed. Folks, get closer to the action with your free unlimited club membership. Vote on game MVPs, compete in the AU Fantasy League for exclusive prizes and more. Sign up now at auprolacrosse.com. Offside coming here, player up situation for 30 seconds for Team Apuzo. Lindsay McCone will have a seat. Lindsay models her game court after a soccer player. So gritty and mentally tough was Kelly O'Hara.
You know, many of these players are former multi-sport athletes themselves. So look at Cookie Carr on ball right there, head coach at Towson University. Her professional favorite sport, another soccer player, Mia Hamm. A 99er, as we call them.
Yes. Kenzie Ken off the curl. Looks up top for Kinna. Bluffs the 2, gets inside, and scores! Megan Kinna.
Megan Kinna is new to AU Pro Lacrosse, but she made her mark known in the scrimmage as well as in the very first game on Thursday. I like the wind up. She acts like she's gonna take a shot from the outside, gets the defense to freeze, and then continues her dodge to cage.
Those showing of the sticks in those moves there, those are going to work extra in the player up situation. When you think about the defense, they're sliding with their stick first because they have to cover that extra space being made up by the player that they're missing. So that's a really nice heads up play there by Megan Kinna for her first pro goal.
Kylie, Courtney was talking about Megan in the scrimmage. All she did was score 3 goals and add 4 caused turnovers. That would have been a blockbuster performance on the leaderboard. We'll be showing you that leaderboard all throughout. 56 players here in residence, 1 individual champion when all is said and done after 4 weeks of play. You see the leaderboard there. The colors next to the names, the teams that they're working with, those jersey colors. Sensational effort for the rookie Maggie Hall back on Thursday. Sends her into the Saturday lead. Moving towards the midway mark of the second quarter. Charlotte North has Courtney Taylor hung up. Staring contest between those two.
You know, interesting story. What actually brought Courtney Taylor to BC for that final year was her ability to play against Charlotte North when she was at Temple. Keisha Walker saw her, Walker Weinstein, and said, gosh, I got to get that kid if she ever goes into the portal because she did such a good job against Charlotte.
Love that backup there by Cookie Carr. We talked about her grittiness, her toughness. That's exactly where she gets that nickname from. She's an incredible leader, and you can see it there.
During her youth soccer days, that's one tough little cookie, and it's stuck.
She was like 6 playing with 10-year-olds. I can't imagine.
McCool working in. Just a reminder, these are not set teams. The top 4 players on the leaderboard come Sunday afternoon will be the new captains. Kuykendall's feed deflected down nicely and covered up by Kaylee Waters. The 4 captains will go through a Monday night draft and select their 14-player squads. You can check out the AU Pro Lacrosse draft on YouTube with Kylie Oldmiller and Maria Tribalpiece. Tied up at 3, Megan Kinna last on the board, the only goal in the second quarter. So the quest for those 20 points right now in favor of Team Apuzo. North working 2-person game with Lauren Gilbert. The speedster ventures towards the goal. North gets doubled and ripped off by Taylor. Courtney Taylor delivers for Kristen Carr. She rolls from Kinna and will set up an offensive 6-on-6 for Team Bosco.
You know, it's difficult seeing out of the double team. As a teammate for Team Apuzo, you got to make yourself known, put yourself in a better position, be able to see that pass from Charlotte North, and then you bang the ball quickly to that opposite side. That's a recipe for success.
Geyer's back, fouled there by Lizzie Colson, who immediately put up a protest.
The palms up is what we call that one, and she did get held. She did get called for a hold there, and I think that's their correct call.
You try and get away with things as a player. I get it.
Why not? You're not cheating, you're not trying. Geyer's back's free position shot was deflected. It stays Team Bosco ball. Maneuvering on the outside, McCool so elusive. Good stick check to the interior, ball down. Spillis had it pop up, and waiting there, it's Kinna to take it back for Team Apuzo. We drift below 3 minutes to go in the first half. Spillis will clear. Special look back at Abby Bosco's Defensive Player of the Year award coming up at the half. Take a peek at what's to come with PLL play as well between quarters 2 and 3. North on a look-away pass. Apuzo has it in her cross with 24 to shoot. The early double from Team Bosco, forcing it out of the stick of Apuzo, and that bounces away from North. A turnover back to Team Bosco.
You know, it was the right look, the right pass. Charlotte North was open in and around the crease. The pass was just a little bit off, but at least now they're seeing it.
Abby Bosco looking to clear.
Something to note on that last possession there, sorry to cut you off, Joe, but I think is that Sam Apuzo is working so hard to get the ball because Abby Bosco is making it so difficult for her. So when she does get the ball, and then she does get that immediate double team, you have to add those two factors into play on those decision making.
So just tired is the key.
90 seconds left in the half. Apuzo going through a deliberate offensive set. Kenzie Kent peeking out at her. It's Meg Dowdy. Kent looking cross field. Kinna outside the 8-meter key. Score from beyond that, you'll get 2 points like Hannah Dorney did back in the opening quarter. Kinna on the go, face dodge, defended by McCool. Shovel shot Kent, stopped by Reed. Another 4 points on the individual tally for the netminder for every save. Spillis pounds this one down. Apuzo comes up with it in the final minute of the opening half. Kinna circles it up for Charlotte North, running by Bosco. North to the interior, jump shot score! Charlotte North with a sizzler.
I think what the players are looking for here, there was never any set possession for Team Bosco. So as we take one more look back, as the players are battling with the referees, Charlotte North notching another for Team Apuzo.
Team Apuzo huddled up under the tent, getting away from the sunlight on an 85-degree day in Sparks. Maryland. It's currently 4-3 for Team Apuzzo. Charlotte North just provided her second goal on the day. It's being reviewed as a possible two-pointer.
A lot of power from Charlotte, coming off of that high sweeping dodge to her dominant hand. When she gets her torso involved, just so much power is generated.
When speaking to the head referee, Lynn Bowers, down here on the field, they did take a quick peek at that goal there just to make sure it wasn't a 2, but her foot was on the line, so it has been ruled as a 1.
Charlotte North, 2 times a 30-plus goal scorer in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. She's lifted Team Apuzzo to a 2-0 advantage in the second quarter. Team Bosco won the 20 quarter points for the first quarter win, outscoring Team Apuzzo 3-2 thanks to Dorney's 2-pointer. So with 1 minute remaining, Team Apuzzo clings to that 1-point advantage.
You know, and at this point, with not a lot of time left in that second quarter, Team Bosco has no points on the board. This is a perfect time to readjust. I do like their quick doubles that are coming, but all of the goals that Team Apuzzo is scoring is when there's no help. So when the slide isn't coming quick enough or the double team isn't there and the recovery slides on the backside, that's what's creating some difficulty for Team Apuzzo. Leave your teammate on an island defensively, Team Apuzzo's successful.
Each of these teams unique. They're likely never to occur again. Once we get through Sunday's activities, we'll have 4 new captains drafting on Monday night, teams of 14. Charlotte North getting a pat on the back. 100 career points now for Charlotte in her AU Pro Lacrosse career. North's 3rd season as a pro. Here's what's still left to come on the schedule this weekend.
You know, it's always exciting in day 2 to see Team Glenn, Team Marino. That's later on. Those 2 teams had wins for their first game. So somebody's going to walk away with a perfect record leading into Sunday's games, and then it all starts over.
Heading down to the field now, Kylie Oldmiller, side by side with Kaylee Waters.
Kaylee, you are seeing the ball really well today. What was the preparation like heading into this second game of the year?
Trying to do what I always do and just stay relaxed and kind of let the game come to me. But kudos to the defense. I think we really just, like, from the beginning, this game stepped up strong, hard, and also just playing together, our help slides, everything. So it's just working out. They're giving me shots that, you know, make it doable to save. Thanks, dude. Go Orange.
Go Orange is right. Good luck out there the rest of the day, Kales.
Kaylee says she can't play on an empty stomach court. In high school, it was a pregame turkey sandwich. In college, it was French toast. As a pro, most of the time it's been steak. You think she went for steak this morning?
I don't know, but that sounds really good. You're making me hungry with lunch around the corner.
Now that I've whet your appetite?
Yeah. Kylie's so fun. She's, you know, when she's playing well, like she said, it's being loose on the field. So it's easy to just get distracted with all the great players that are around you or what coulda, shoulda, woulda. Just control what you can. Forget about those things that you can't control and play.
Amber Hill asking for a timeout. Amber Hill, the facilitator for Team Bosco in purple. And that is the very same Amber Hill. We knew her as Mama Bear back in year 1. She played goal in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse.
Amber was really pumped up about that timeout. So was the entire sideline here for Team Bosco. It was a well-timed one just to give them a breather off of that draw. That's a big possession. Now they've got 34 seconds to work with.
You know, when you meet as a team, after your coach calls a timeout, or sorry, your facilitator, your helper for the captain, and you're discussing who does what. Is it who's the freshest at this point? Or you want to put it into big gun sticks like Marie McCool, Sam Geyer's back, Izzy Skane.
Folks, tonight we're going to have the 20th annual WNBA All-Star Game from Phoenix, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific on ABC. The U.S. Women's Olympic team taking on the WNBA All-Stars. Coverage tipping with countdown at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. And how about Alicia Gray? An amazing performance in the skills and three-point shooting contest. The Atlanta Dream Star took home some big, big money. Today we are enjoying Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse from USA Lacrosse headquarters in Sparks, a sun-kissed day. To this point, Team Apuzzo and Team Bosco low scoring. Charlotte North, second of the day, has given Team Apuzzo the second quarter lead overall and a 4-3 margin as we head towards the half.
Okay, I'm going with ball will be in Marie McCool's stick. Maybe a two-man game on the right side with Kuykendall, Skane. Maybe a cutter from the left, Geyer's back. What do you think, Kai?
I did see that, assistant coach at North Carolina, Marie McCool, add that to her resume as well. She was drawing up a play. I didn't get to see what that play is, but let's see if they can implement it here.
It starts with Izzy Skane on the far flank. Kayla Wood, another of those former Tar Heels, peeking out defensively. 25 seconds to go in the half. Skane for Kuykendall. Two great teammates at Northwestern. Geyer's back with a sneaky delivery there. It sailed wide. Final 12 seconds in the half. Shot clock's turned off. McCool from the top against Spillis. Kuykendall's face dodge, not fooling ball. McCool slings that one high over top of the crossbar. As the first half comes to its end, Team Apuzzo wins the second quarter, 2 points to none.
A strong second quarter for Team Apuzzo with goals from Megan Kinna, Charlotte North. Again, taking advantage of when those quick slides and double teams weren't there. They recognized and finished their shots.
Charlotte North there, 88, just jogging off to the sideline. Already another multi-goal game performance. She had 4 goals on 13 shots back on Thursday, albeit in a losing effort to Team Glenn. As we get our halftime intermissions festivities underway, it's Kylie Oldmiller and Dempsey Arsenal.
Okay, Demps, you are having a great second quarter with Team Apuzzo. What was the adjustment from quarter one to quarter two?
I think we had a few switch-ups on the draw and just getting those hustle plays. The first quarter we came out a little slow, so just getting that momentum.
What were you guys working on yesterday at practice? One day in between Thursday, and then you have a Saturday-Sunday doubleheader, so what was the message to the team?
Yeah, we were just getting more reps and working on our connections, and we were just having a lot of fun, honestly.
Fun is what it's all about. Good luck the rest of the way, Dems.
Thank you.
Ladies, we appreciate it. Dempsey Arsenal goes over 4,000 career leaderboard points today. 4-3 for Team Apuzzo after 2. Stay right there with us. A look back at Abby Bosco's rookie year in a moment. Just like that, we're halfway home in this contest between Team Bosco and Team Apuzzo, enjoying another afternoon of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. Last summer, Abby Bosco wasn't an ordinary rookie. Known for her big smile and tenacious defense, she earned a major award.
The 2023 Defensive Player of the Year is number 55, Abby Bosco!
It was so special to win Defensive Player of the Year and such an honor and totally unexpected in that moment. It was like all the early mornings, all of the late nights, like everything that's put into this, both myself, my family, all my close friends. It was like, this is worth it. Like, these are the moments where you're like, you kind of smile and you're like, everything happens for a reason. And it was one of those special moments where it all just came together. And obviously you always want to be better and do better than you did the season before. So there's those goals and aspirations. But 5 years ago, you didn't get to do this. So being able to continue to play and have fun with my friends is definitely what I'm focused on.
Abby said it was unexpected. Her resume made think otherwise. Terrific rookie season. First defender ever to medal in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. And I'm sure Charlie, that Maltese poodle, is very, very fond of the way Abby Bosco performs with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Stay right there with us. We'll have more coming up soon from USA Lacrosse headquarters. We are at the half. "20 minutes in the books, 20 more to come with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. Team Bosco and Team Apuzzo freshening up for the third quarter. Folks, week 6 of the PLL schedule rolls on today at Rafferty Stadium in Fairfield, Connecticut. Our featured game is the Atlas and Cannons at 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC, followed by the Archers and Redwoods on ESPN+. In fact, every game this season can be found on ESPN+. For the full schedule, go to espnplus.com. Jeff Teat having an extraordinary season with New York Atlas. There's still more work to be done at the half in Sparks, Maryland. When we return, Courtney Martinez-Connor joins me for a look back at the first half festivities. Charlotte North with one in the first and one more in the second quarter. Those for Team Apuzzo, a 4-3 leader over Team Bosco after 20 minutes of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Joe Beninati alongside Courtney Martinez. Connor, a 5-time national champion at Maryland. Court, we saw the game change in the second quarter. How did the turnaround appear for Team Apuzzo?
You know, it was all about seeing the lanes, having the opportunities. Anytime that there wasn't a quick double or the slide was coming a little slower than usual, that's when they were able to capitalize.
We mentioned Charlotte North already with a couple of salvos on the board. As we get to the highlights, it is Charlotte that is the fire starter.
You know, it's so fun to watch Charlotte. She always size up the defense, checks to see what's the better direction to take them on. She throws in a lot of stutters. She has big stick fakes. But even through a slide, she's able to maneuver around by those nice, smart jabs. Sam Geyer's back with an outside shot. Kylie Waters is all over it. She is seeing the ball so well. Her hands are progressing quickly to the ball. On the opposite side of the field for Team Apuzzo, Meg Dowdy and all of those veteran defenders throwing some caused turnovers by getting some good checks off. Izzy Skane with a nice little maneuver. Sometimes it takes more than one dodge. And then Hannah Dorney capping things off with the two-pointer from the outside.
Hannah Dorney's two came back in the opening quarter as Team Bosco did not put a point on the board in the second. Here's a look at some of the other stats through 20 minutes.
You know, everything is fairly even. Obviously, the number of shots for Team Bosco outweighs Team Apuzzo, which you wouldn't necessarily think because there's a lot of firepower from Sam Apuzzo, Charlotte North, Dempsey Arsenal. They have Kenzie Kent on their team, but they're taking smart shots. You want to make sure you're finishing as many of them as you can.
Lacrosse fans, from time to time, we know that you love to hear the athletes. Kristen Carr today is wearing a microphone for us, and it's time for us right now to go into the game with the U.S. Air Force.
I'm mic'd up today, peeps. I'm mic'd up today. I didn't put, oh, that was like old school, Meg, come on now. That was like 10 years ago. We've been through a lot of transition. Take it easy on us. Yeah. Woo! Let's go! Yes, Britt! I got low. Too low. Yes, Britt! Good clock management. Good job.
Kristen, none the worse for wear after taking a bump to her head on opening day. She's getting set to get back to action in quarter number 3. Before we do that, Kylie Oldmiller is visiting with Sammy Jo Tracy.
Sammy Jo, the vibes inside the locker room in halftime, they felt like they were super fun. What's the vibe on Team Bosco?
We are super excited. We're getting the looks that we want, and now it's all about completing it and finishing the job.
Anything on offense or defense we should look forward to?
We're going to move the ball, make it hot, and hopefully we're going to give you what you're looking for with some Izzy Skane and Aaron action.
I love it. Good luck, Sammy Jo.
Highlight makers all around the field, aren't they?
They are. Joe, do you remember 2014 National Championship?
You and me, I remember.
You know where I'm going with this.
Oh, yes.
Sammy Jo Tracy, just a freshman.
By the way, that was 10 years ago?
Stop.
Holy
okay.
smokes.
We're just getting younger.
Don't do that to me, Joe. I graduated high school that year.
10 years ago, high school grad.
Oh, my gosh. But she came in off the bench in like quadruple zillion overtime, caught a ball, took a shot, and that's what you have to have, that confidence on the field. And I think that's one of those biggest things that every single one of these players brings. No matter if it's a good quarter or bad, you erase it and are ready to step up for the next one.
These two teams have split the first 2 quarters. Team Bosco won the 20 points available with a 3-2 first quarter score. Apuzzo comes back, wins the second quarter 2-zip. 20 points available now for the winner of quarter number 3. 45 points overall for everybody on the roster should your squad be the winner. Just past the top of the hour from USA Lacrosse HQ in Sparks, Maryland. Joe and Courtney up top. Kylie, our field reporters, we shout out thanks to all the men and women in our technical crew. A very early day for them. Hart waits on the outside, feed it to the inside. Spillis fires and scores.
A lot of quick ball movement around the perimeter. I like to see Team Apuzzo sharing the ball They're working a little bit differently than their isolation or their two-man game. So as we take one more look, Apuzzo to Hart to Spillis inside. Anytime you have action both on and off ball, makes it very difficult for the defensive players to keep track.
Cassidy Spillis, you see her third goal of this young season. 2 of those coming in the opener on Thursday. She had 7 draw controls back on Thursday, able to fill up that box score as each tally earns the players 12 points on the individual leaderboard totals. We began this day with rookie Maggie Hall on top of the leaderboard. You'll see Maggie and her mates with Team Glenn as they match up with Team Marino in the second of the 2 games this afternoon. Check out the website, auprolacrosse.com, for where you can see the game in your area. Ball down, Arsenault overruns looking for draw control. Kenzie Kent to the sideline, and this will be Bosco ball. Courtney, we talk about players having draw sticks and then the sticks that they're most comfortable with to go to the offensive end. Spillis is normally one of those. Dowdy able to clear, moves it along for Sammy Jo Tracy. 6-on-6 at the offensive end of the field. There's a 60-second shot clock in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. Sammy Jo takes it for a ride. Sets it for Kuykendall. Dwarton Award finalist leans in on Megan Ball. Here comes the help from Wood. Shot clock at 22. Skane, bouncer! She scores! Izzy Skane's second on the day.
It's always great when you can answer a goal being scored on your team by winning the draw control, heading down the opposite direction. And there's a lot of space, a lot of green in front of Izzy Skane. No contact, no pressure put on her hands, and she is going to be successful just about every time that she has an open lane.
Something to note about that take right there, that is a textbook alley dodge, a split dodge down the alley. She started in her left hand, took that split to the right side. What I love about it is she looks at the cage as if she's going to go high, but then puts it to a low corner.
Kylie, continue the thought. Why is she so difficult to defend?
Izzy Skane has the speed, she has the size, she has the first step, but she also has the ability to think through the play a little bit faster than everybody else around her. So she's seeing that opportunity to take it, down that right side alley, but instead of shooting that high to high on a great goalie in Emily Sterling, she's able to finish to the bottom left corner.
Izzy Skane, the rookie, hails from the great state of Michigan, used to watch Taylor Thornton and Kayla Trainer very carefully to model her game. She's bringing Bosco back within 1 point. Sammy Jo gets draw control for Team Bosco in purple.
So you look at 2 big stars on opposing teams. Bosco with Izzy Skane, non-traditional area in Michigan. She had a stellar career, broke records. And then you have Charlotte North coming from Texas. So all those players who aren't from the hotbeds, there are opportunities out there. It's just a matter of getting in the backyard, training, getting work done. You don't have to play with the best growing up to eventually have an amazing collegiate career and then a pro lacrosse career.
And it's all around the country, right? A growing number of NCAA women's lacrosse programs, well over 500 now across all the divisions. This is Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, closing in on the 3-minute mark of quarter 3. Sharp angle, fenced in there by Sterling. We've had that netminder change again. Emily Sterling coming on for Kaylee Waters. Waters at times brilliant in the opening 20. Now Sterling comes in out of the bullpen. Inside roll, Kuykendall. Shaded there by Ball. Snapshot on the way goes wide from Griffin. Nicely captured by Geyersbach. She turns to the inside, stuffed out by Sterling. And Ball will clear. Team Apuzzo was 14 for 14 on the clears in its opening game. A setback to Katie Glynn's squad, 13-12. North on the hop will flip for Sam Apuzzo. Apuzzo, second place medalist each of the last 2 summers. Spillis rings a crossbar with a high drive. Ground ball for McCool, looking for a fast break numbers with Bosco. Abby Bosco brings it ahead. No numbers advantage. Slow break, McCool waltzes in and scores! McCool, the trailer, to convert.
Defense translating into some offense for Team Bosco. A lot of players in the purple jerseys were making some big time plays in this last set. First, thank you, Pipe. You have Britt Reed thanking the Pipe for that last save, and then Cookie Carr, Marie McCool with the caused turnover. Abby Bosco with speed coming out of the backfield. Her continuing that cut through is what opened the lane for Marie McCool, getting that trail feed from Izzy Skane. Look at this, wide open coming in. Without that clear through by Bosco though, it's not happening.
That's a really nice transition play, but I love the cause turnover here by Marie McCool, and then she busted her butt up the field to be able to be in that scoring position. That is the mark of a true two-way midfielder.
2 tallies, Kylie, in 1 minute and 54 seconds. Skane and McCool back to back. And we are deadlocked at 5 apiece. The score in the second or the third quarter alone is 2-1 for Bosco as they try to win those 20 quarter points. An offside has been spotted by the officials. Lynn Bowers, Erica Leslie, Devin Holcomb, Liz Brush, and Ronnie Anton working today. Sammy Joel have a seat. This is player up for Team Apuzzo in orange. Courtney, when you and I were looking through the roster for Team Apuzzo, you just, your jaw dropped when you saw the offensive talent that was sprinkled among this roster. Who do they look to here, player up?
You know, they could hit any one of these players. Kenzie Kent has a great stick inside. I'd like to see them potentially pump the ball into her, but it's a who's who.
North bluffs inside and scores! Charlotte North on the finish.
Excellent patience for Team Apuzzo in their player-up opportunity as the ball was swinging around the perimeter from Arsenault, Kinna, Charlotte. We talked about this earlier, and Kylie, I think you brought it up, about that pump like you're gonna shoot from the outside in that player-up opportunity. Kinna scored in the exact same way. It was, I'm gonna shoot, and then I pull the stick protected underneath of me.
And as you look at that replay there, Cookie Carr lost her stick in the middle of the play. So Charlotte was kind of looking there, pumping, knowing that Cookie could only slide with her body and kind of only just stand there. So to be able to see that and then tiptoe across the crease was big.
Gymnastics there to prevent herself from falling inside the goal circle. On display from Charlotte North. North, back-to-back games with hat tricks or more. For the moment, giving Team Apuzzo the 6-5 advantage. Let's share one more point of view with you. Charlotte dancing around that circle.
Kylie, we got the palms up again. A lot of palms up in that play.
Sometimes you just can't help it, it comes out.
Sam Apuzzo giving the touchdown signal. She thought North's tally was deserving of staying on the board. The officials have concluded their review.
And it looks like all the players with their hands up are like, I'm not touching her. So her going in the crease is not on us.
No push, no shove. We're gonna take that goal down. Overturned after video review. It remains a 5-5 score, and we can share Charlotte's reaction in the heat of the moment.
Guys, that spacing was so good. I just like froze in time really quick. I just froze.
Frozen toenail, though, apparently on that goal circle to take the tally back off the board, and we continue 5-5.
When you think about that, Charlotte has been not only playing field lacrosse, but she's also been training for the USA box national team that plays in September in Utica. And That's a rule that doesn't shift over from box lacrosse to field lacrosse, where you can continue into the crease.
Sometimes when you play a lot of disciplines, it can get a little confusing out there. You know a thing or two. There's quite a few players who are doing box lacrosse in addition to pro lacrosse and the World Championship full 12v12. You have Cookie Carr, who's also on that training team. Kylie, all your friends.
All the friends out here. We have Charlotte North, Cookie Carr, Marge Donovan plays later. You've got Kayla Wood, a bunch of players that you've seen in the field discipline their entire careers are learning a new discipline and are excited to showcase what USA can bring in September.
Season 4 of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, making this the longest lasting iteration of women's professional lacrosse. The 5th championship season of Athletes Unlimited Pro Softball begins next week, July 26th. It'll run through August 25th. As the officials continue to sort things out with just a shade more than 6 minutes remaining in this, our third quarter. Abby Bosco's team in purple with possession of the ball. Marie McCool from the top, looking for a signal to get up and go. Sammy Jo Tracy subbing in off the sideline. We're back to the live action with AU Pro Lacrosse on ESPN. Geyer's back, measured there by Colson. Stride for stride. Halfway through the 60-second shot clock. McCool picked up on the outside by Arsenal. Backdoor cuts perfect from Skane. She scores.
That is textbook. When you are getting denied on the outside, you're trying to pop out, give yourself space for your defender, from your defender to get open. But Marie McCool, she was on the same page the entire time. So Skane coming out, overplaying Kayla Wood, man, Kayla. And Izzy Skane with the catch, the finish, the changing of the levels, perfect.
I think that's something that Izzy Skane has seen throughout her entire collegiate career, is that extra press out on defense, defenders trying to deny her the ball from the adjacent player trying to pass to her. So understanding that extra pop out and then the backdoor cut will actually be more beneficial in a quick goal.
Those two players, McCool and Skane, share alike to set each other up in this third quarter. Skane has the hat trick. All she did in 2024 was provide 88 goals for Kelly Amonte Hiller's Northwestern Wildcats. And you look at the leaderboard active now, the colors next to the names, the jersey colors they're wearing. Team Marino's team in the white jerseys with those fluorescent gold numbers. When we are through with the 6 games this weekend, we'll have 4 new captains and a draft of new sides coming up on Monday. We'll step away. We need a TV timeout. Team Bosco on the lead by 1. As we continue this third quarter with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse, the scoreboard has read 6-5 a couple of times. It was 6-5 for Team Apuzzo after Charlotte North scored, but that goal was taken down by video review. You see North here closing in. This is ruled a goal circle violation. With more on that, here's Kylie Ohlmiller.
Down on the field, giving you a little bit of a replay here. This is a place where we cannot step inside of this goal circle here at any point when we are shooting or after the ball is inside the cage. That difference between men's lacrosse and women's lacrosse, we are not allowed to cross over this crease line to protect the goalie. So that is what we saw Charlotte North do as she came around and finished. She fell right in.
Kylie, I remember last summer there was one rookie defender who will remain nameless, who was so excited after she scored, she ran right through the crease. And they said, no, that goal comes off the board. You can't do that. Thank you for the demo. So what was a 6-5 Apuzzo lead becomes a 6-5 Bosco lead after Izzy Skane notches her third goal on the day. Having a great time in the stands here at USA Lacrosse headquarters. It's a breezy, sunny afternoon. The first of two with Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. The goalie battle to follow, Team Glenn against Team Marino. Taylor, the two-time defending Athletes Unlimited champion, standing tall with the overall #1 leaderboard tally when all 24 games go in the books.
You know, this third quarter so far for Team Bosco has been all about the connection between McCool and Skane.
Charlotte North pacing her way court back to the playing surface. Charlotte, your thoughts about that goal that was taken down?
My toe was in the crease or what it was, but we thought we had a good look, man up.
Charlotte, as you guys have the ball and are getting set, what are some things you talk about leading into this third and then fourth quarter just to get on the same page to have that first win for Team Apuzzo?
Yeah, just looking to build momentum, connect both ends of the field. When D makes a stop, they've been playing awesome today, making sure we're doing our job on the other end.
Charlotte, I thought you tap danced pretty well. Thanks very much for the time.
Thanks.
Player up now for Team Apuzzo in orange. Cassidy Spillis has the ball in her cross. We have a little bit more than 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Third quarter currently led by Team Bosco 3-1. Kenzie Kent operating outside the 8-meter key. This is North, picked up by Courtney Taylor. North going left, crosses underneath, and pops it home. Able to beat Britt Reed.
Charlotte taking things and matters into her own hands. A lot of space. Thought it was initial good defense by Courtney Taylor until the swing happened. Anytime that you're swinging in desperation at an attacker, especially one as creative as Charlotte North, they're going to find a way to put the ball in the back of the cage. The protection and the ability just to get away from those swinging sticks is uncanny.
And you see Courtney Taylor matching up against Charlotte North, knowing that she has that really strong step to the top side. She showcased it a lot on Thursday night. So you see Courtney Taylor kind of playing her to that strong side, that top side, and Charlotte just really heads up to make sure that she's going underneath today.
Kylie and Courtney, if there's anything you could do, what more could you do as a defender?
You know, I think they were successful when they were sending a quick double to her. She's just too hard to stop, like you said, Kylie. She can go over top, she can go underneath. What else can you do other than bring some help?
Absolutely, and the offense is doing a great job at giving her that space to operate with, so those slides are very long for Team Bosco.
McCool gets herself 4 more points with a draw control. Grace Griffin has possession of the ball, less than 5 minutes to go in quarter 3. It was a 4-3 advantage for Team Apuzzo at the halftime break. Skane against Wood. Kayla right on her hands. Shovel pass on the flip for Skane. Re-engaging with Wood. Trades her off to Arsenault. There's the double. Skane avoids the pressure. Downhill for a drive that's deflected out of play. 15 seconds now on the shot clock off the restart for McCool. Cat and mouse game with her defender. Shot clock at 6. Skane with some get up and go. Nice face dodge. Folds it over, then gets trail checked beautifully on the take back from Megan Ball. Off the caused turnover. Kinna will run. 4-on-3 fast break. Charlotte took her eyes off of that one. North will chase it down. Keep it alive for Sam Apuzzo. Apuzzo strides towards the cage. McKenna whistles right on, and Reed snaps it out of the air. Down covers up the rebound, and it's clearing time for Team Bosco in purple. No worries for Kristen Carr, gliding towards the 8-meter key. Kuykendall will back out and set up the 6-on-6.
You know, a lot of back and forth play, but that save by Britt Reed, point blank. Team Apuzzo had numbers.
Geyer's back on the flip. That was anticipated and picked off. Ball running. Hustling from the blind side there on the ride. Sammy Jo wipes out. And she was able to stop the ball, and Cassidy Spillis says, let's slow down, under control. Powering her way inside the key. Kenzie Kent looks it over. Good game between these two, deadlocked at 6. Arsenal with Lauren Gilbert. Gilbert scored in every game last summer. She was blanked back on Thursday. North off the roll, bouncer there, pumped off of Reed, and she'll capture inside the circle. Final 2:10 of the third. Apuzzo, as always, with the strong ride. Team Bosco able to clear as Taylor finds McCool, and Lindsay McCone jogs in off the sideline. McCone, top 6 all time when it comes to assists in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse.
The last 2 caused turnovers for Team Apuzzo have been by number 16, Megan Ball.
Time for Marie McCool to get back to a free position shot against Emily Sterling. Oh, good defensive play there. Colson and Arsenal both got their crosses up to deflect that. 10 seconds to shoot. Kuykendall maneuvers away from Kayla Wood. On the flip, this is Dorney, who had a 2-pointer earlier today. Skane from behind the key. Move it on the perimeter, and another quick stick from Arsenal defensively.
We see a big adjustment from Team Apuzzo on the defensive end. Their recovery defense is incredibly good. They're sending slides quickly, some double teams.
Every play matters. That caused turnover just gave Dempsey 10 more points. These two teams fighting for the 20 quarter points that are available. Right now, it's Team Bosco in front 3-2. 45 seconds left. Apuzzo marked by Bosco. Spillis off the split, gets inside on Dorney, but look at Reed take the angle away.
She was almost outside of the crease when she made that save. The higher that you come up on that crease, the less of an angle. You're taking up a lot of space.
Kylie, you've shot on Britt Reed. What's it like when she challenges like that?
You don't see it often, but when you do, she does it perfectly just like that. And it really just takes away exactly what you think you're about to shoot at as an offensive player. She takes away the angle, she steps out really high on her crease, and she basically just intercepts the path of the ball in a different direction than you're assuming it's going to go.
You were just able to watch that replay in tandem with Kylie describing it again. And Britt Reed, she is an assistant coach at Denver. Team England, she won a medal in World Championships, a bronze medal, and she is just on fire with her angles and just very calm, cool, and collected in cage.
Keeping this a 6-6 game. Folks, the AU Pro Sports Shop is now on Instagram. It's the best way to stay up to date on new arrivals, limited edition items, and exclusive merchandise offering. Head to @AU Pro Shop to follow and connect and grab some of that merch. Nearing the bottom of the hour in Sparks, Maryland from USA Lacrosse headquarters. Joe and Courtney up top, Kylie O'Miller, our field reporter, enjoying this 6-6 battle between Team Bosco and Team Apuzzo. Team Bosco gets Team Glenn tomorrow at 1 p.m. Team Apuzzo has the end of the week matchup with Team Marino at 3:30 tomorrow. Team Glenn and Team Marino coming up once we are through with this opener. Check out aulacrosse.com for where and when you can watch that second game today. Final 30 seconds of the third quarter begins with a Team Bosco clear in purple. Down to 20, we get a whistle and what appears to be an offside card.
Mapuzo stepped right over that midfield restraining line for what was basically half of a second. But the referees were standing right there. We also have a referee right at the midfield line on the bench side, so both of them were able to see it.
We saw you, Sammy, we saw you. Gives a player up opportunity in the waning stages of the third quarter to Team Bosco. Skane is straight away, Geyer's back, flicks it inside, put away! It's Grace Griffin with a finish.
Excellent ball movement. When you share the ball in a player up opportunity, good things happen. All of this due to that offsides call. Unfortunate for Team Mapuzo, but Geyer's back finding Griffin down on the crease. Oftentimes it's just that one more extra pass, nice fake and finish from Grace Griffin. You can just see the energy.
And we saw that transition play when Marie McCool earlier in the game had the cause turnover and then put it in the back of the net at the end of the transition play. Team Bosco knows how to share the ball. They know how to move the ball and see the slide coming from the defense, moving it to the open girl.
Grace Griffin with a good sense for the dramatics. She scores with just 4 seconds left in the third quarter, and that's going to secure the 20 quarter points for Team Bosco. They've got the 4-2 scoring advantage in this third to take a 7-6 lead.
So the two players earning points. Geyer's back with the 6 points off of the assist, and Griffin with 12 points off of that goal. So in addition to a goal for their team, they're helping themselves individually on the leaderboard.
Everything going to the individual leaderboard tally, and soon another 20 points for everybody on Team Bosco as they win the third by a 4-2 margin. We have 10 minutes left in regulation. Another tight game in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. We'll explain further in the fourth when we get you back to Sparks, Maryland, right after this. Team Bosco responding after being blanked in the second quarter. They put 4 points on the board in the third frame. They win the 20 points for all 14 players on the roster. They take a 7-6 lead down the stretch in AU Pro Lacrosse. Courtney Martinez-Connor, a nice day developing for Izzy Skane.
You know, Izzy Skane coming into her own, whether it's seeing the open player or seeing the lane that is given to her, A lot of green in front of her. Nobody's making contact. She is going to challenge hard to that cage. But I really like the connection between the veteran and the rookie, Marie McCool and Izzy Skane.
So we were talking back on Monday as these teams were being formed, and they're formed every Monday via a captain's draft. And Izzy Skane, obviously monster totals during her collegiate time as a terrific goal scorer. What's in your mind, is the biggest difference between the collegiate ranks and the pro ranks for a player who's got the expectations heaped upon them like Izzy might?
You know, I think everybody in this league is obviously stellar, but I think she has an advantage right now, despite the fact that everybody at the collegiate level can't play in the pro. She is primed, she's ready, she's just coming off of playing in the national championship game, so she's ready to take on that next level.
Those are your words. Let's hear Izzy's own words with Kylie Oldmiller.
Izzy, things have started to click a little bit in this second game. You feel like you're getting your feet underneath you in your second pro game?
Yeah, definitely. I think our team just came in with the mentality of just like have a lot of fun and just attack on all parts of the field. So with the whole team giving me confidence and everyone just kind of going at it full speed, it's really hard to mark all of our attackers and our Ds coming up with such great plays. I think it's given me a lot of confidence and it's been a fun game so far. Yeah.
You look like you're playing with confidence, so keep that up.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Izzy. Thanks, Kylie. We are set for the final 10 minutes from USA Lacrosse headquarters. Team Apuzzo battling Team Bosco. Both of these sides were beaten on opening day back on Thursday. Chase for 45 points for the winning team all throughout the roster. These are rosters of 14 that change every Monday via captain's draft. Sam Apuzzo skying there to control the draw and earn herself 4 more points. When it was all said and done last year, Courtney, she had 1,667 points on the leaderboard, just missed by 12 points to Taylor Marino, the champ.
You know, we couldn't have written that script any better. She did everything she could in that final game to put her team and herself in the best possible position. You know, a difference from game 1 to game 2, Sam Apuzzo taking a lot of the draw controls in this game. We didn't see her doing a lot of that in the Thursday night matchup. But again, always willing to make a change, do whatever it takes.
Change of possession here, Team Bosco in the purple. Courtney Taylor sprinting past Sam Apuzzo. One BC Eagle to another. Sammy Jo Tracy collects. Sammy Jo, 2 times a national champion at North Carolina. Geyer's back going through the weave drill with Skane. Skane lost her balance off the flip to Griffin. Shot clock's at 25. Stiff defense from Team Apuzzo in orange, and they forced the turnover for a moment. Recaptured though on the perimeter. Nice scoop first time by Sammy Jo Tracy.
You know, anytime you lose the ball, it can battle to get it back. Now first that's a turnover, -10, but then a cause -6, and then a cause turnover. She's actually +4 right now.
There's a whole lot of math going on in Athletes Unlimited. Fun, innovative, challenging scoring system. Kinna gets pressured on the ride by Skane. Sterling came off the bench to sub in for Kaylee Waters. Waters dynamite at times in the opening half. Megan Ball with the easy clear. We are approaching the 3-minute mark of this fourth. 10-minute quarters in Athletes Unlimited. Gilbert with a good speed gets into the alley, draws a second defender. It's a Grace Griffin goal that's given Team Bosco the advantage. Griffin, one of 12 different players who hail from Maryland, playing here in their home state. Dowdy will step to it. Marie McCool slowing the pace.
You know, their defense is just on the same page between Captain Bosco, Courtney Taylor, Kristen Carr, Meg Dowdy. They're well established, very veteran, a lot of experience.
On the move. Bosco strikes again with Izzy Skane's fourth.
You know, your defense is making plays like this. Kristen Carr, Grace Griffin, they are dispossessing Lauren Gilbert for Team Apuzzo, and that's what sets up their offense. At the opposite end of the field, they work the ball down quickly in transition, slowed it for a little second, and then Izzy Skane, the nice little split dodge. No slide is coming as she goes down that far alley. Like her recognition of that.
Her recognition of that is huge there, and I think we saw her a couple times on the other side of the field, on the other side of this 8-meter arc, going down the right alley. But for her ability to take that down the left side, then put it back into her right hand for that far pipe finish, just shows the versatility of the kind of player she is.
Kylie, just a reminder of the math that we do. Points that you can earn left side of the screen, all to the individual leaderboard tally. You can gain them, you can lose them too. Points are deducted for a variety of categories, such as a turnover, a foul, a yellow card, a red. Whenever you shoot and the goalie makes a save, you lose points as well. It all adds up to an exciting finish some 3 weekends in advance in mid-August. 6.5 to play in the fourth. Sam Apuzzo, her side down by 2. Apuzzo slings that one wide of the goal. Charlotte North there, and Lacrosse on a shot that misfires. Closest to the ball where and when it leaves the field gets possession. North spins in, offers to Arsenal. Kinna quickly for Kent.
Excellent slide and recovery packages for Team Bosco.
That Whistler's off the outside of the goal. They battle for it on the end line. The officials, after the push, are going to award the ball to Team Bosco in purple.
Let's go.
You see the hustle from number 83 in purple, Kristen Carr. She gets the ball in her stick. There was a check. They did dispossess the ball, but then it was the foul after. It was the push that awarded Team Bosco the ball. They're having another opportunity. So within this fourth quarter, they've been able to create a little bit of a cushion, just a 2-goal cushion at that. But if they are smart with their possessions and are continuing to make plays on the defensive end, it's going to make it hard for Team Apuzzo to get settled and relaxed in any offensive set.
Something they talked about at halftime was exactly that. They said that their defense starting everything for them, for Team Bosco, and they said they really congratulated them on doing a great job at setting up their offense.
Skane has the only goal in the fourth, the quest for those 20 points. Shovel shot McCool, answered by Emily Sterling. Sterling calmly begins the clear. The only goalie off the bench in Thursday's proceedings, subbing in again for Kaylee Waters today. Trying to keep this just a 2-goal deficit for her gang in the orange jerseys. Apuzzo driving in. Sam Apuzzo absorbs a double team, fires and scores. Sam Apuzzo, not to be denied.
I like the in and out dodge from Sam. She is very aware of her surroundings. She sees that a slide is coming, a double team is on her. She begins to back out for a second, and this is all after scanning the field. So she dodges, she backs away, and then she gives herself space to shoot. Incredibly smart. So it's relaxing the defense. I've slid, okay, I'm leaving. I've given you too much space. All right, now I'm shooting.
And that is classic Sam Apuzzo right there. We haven't seen a goal from her in quite some time here in this game. I think she's starting to feel that fire, that adrenaline that she plays so well off of.
Sam Apuzzo, 19-6 as a captain in her AU Pro Lacrosse career. In comeback mode right now. Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse is sponsored by EY. Fans drinking it all in today at USA Lacrosse headquarters in Sparks, Maryland, about 20 minutes north of Baltimore. Temperatures have been hovering in the mid-80s. These two teams, Team Apuzzo and Team Bosco, nip and tuck throughout the first 35 minutes of play, and for the moment, Team Bosco in purple has the 8-7 advantage.
You know, it's exciting anytime a game is brought in tight. You know that a lot is on the line, not just leaderboard points, but the ability to put your team on the win column for the first time ever. And both of these teams are in search of their first win here in opening weekend.
Teams that will not stay together, they'll be redrafted on Monday. A few moments ago, to close the third quarter scoring summary, it was Sam Apuzzo.
You know, if there's a player who you want to make sure to keep the double tight on, it's Sam Apuzzo, and it's for reasons just like this. She can feel the defense. Any little space, sliver of space that you give her, she's going to take advantage of it. I like the fact that she's put herself at the draw circle. The only thing that takes away from her team is maybe having a fast break and her being involved with it, because she has to switch out of her draw stick.
Charlotte North is listening in. Charlotte, what's the key to a comeback now with just 4.5 minutes left?
I think being smart with the ball, drawing up, what we want, the matchups we want to take on, and then hopefully causing the defense to spin and get an open shot on the backside.
Thanks for the thoughts. Go get them, 88.
Thanks.
8 is the primary number for Team Bosco. 8 points, one better than Team Apuzzo. With 4:26 to go, we go inside the draw circle. McCool against Apuzzo. Off the wing, Bosco had a chance to get it in and out of her cross, and Sam Apuzzo has control for the team dressed in orange. Sam Apuzzo's won every draw control in the fourth.
You know, it's not surprising. She just has a competitive vibe about her at all times, no matter what she's doing.
Spillis from the angle, stopped there by Reed. Britt Reed has a chance to clear. She's gone the distance again today. Team Bosco on top by 1. Folks, how'd you like to have the chance to win an autographed lacrosse ball by Izzy Skane? You can if you go to auprosports.com/sweepstakes and register today. 3:25 left. Kuykendall, marked on the outside by Kayla Wood. Skane has had a banner day. 4 goals for Izzy. Her side on top by 1 point down the stretch. Shot clock's at 12. McCool isolating, carving in against Kinna. Shot clock's at 6. Quick ball movement, McCone. Lindsay looks inside. Kuykendall over the shoulder. She scores. Brilliance on display from Erin Kuykendall.
Number 8 in purple. She hasn't had many shots in her AU Pro Lacrosse career to date. She has the ability to shoot and feed, but it's her creativity, and this is a prime example. Megan Ball, her defender, was sitting right on her strong side. So once the ball got into her stick, you see that defensive player overplaying her stick side. The only opportunity to shoot and finish was behind the back, and that's a stinger.
A stinger it is, and this is something we saw Erin Kuykendall do a couple of times in this past NCAA season with the North Wildcats, and she just needed that to get hot. That's the first shot she has, and that's the first one she needed.
As dramatic a goal as we have had in this young Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse season, and it's the first-year performer, the rookie Erin Kuykendall, who provides. After a 101-point season at Northwestern in 2024, it's a 9-7 lead, possession for Team Apuzzo, and they'll take the timeout. Facilitator Mo Gaitan asking for the timeout. The officials grant it with 2:50 remaining in regulation time.
You know, if there was ever a stop that was needed, Team Bosco has got to be talking about their slide packages, sending quick doubles, especially to certain players. But on the flip side, you know whose stick you want that ball in. But then I look at Team Apuzzo and I'm like, okay, whose stick? Sam Apuzzo? Charlotte North? Is it Kenzie Kent? Dempsey Arsenault, who currently she's just been doing a lot of the dirty work in the middle of the field. She hasn't had to be relied upon on the offensive end.
Both teams into their respective huddles. So many of these players are college coaches. There are no coaches in Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. They're facilitators. Those folks communicate with the captains on challenges. They build relationships. They're super helpful at the draft table. Kylie Ohlmiller is chatting right now with Erin Kuykendall.
Erin, talk me through that last goal. I mean, I know we've seen it a couple times in your collegiate career, but that's a big one right there.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great look from Lindsay, low shot clock, so I kind of, they jumped up to my hands. I work a lot on that with my trainer, shout out Shannon Brinson. Yeah, so just kind of the only shot I had open and had to get something off.
Love it. It's a highlight reel. Sports Center.
It's obviously then why Kylie threw on the shades for that interview.
You gotta look cool. She was just interviewing somebody who scored it behind the back, and
blinded by the brilliance.
No doubt that could be a Sports Center top 10.
9-7 in favor of Team Bosco in the purple. Getting time now for last-ditch efforts from Team Apuzzo in orange. Kenzie Kent maneuvers in against Dowdy. Charlotte North fidgeting near the 8-meter key. Courtney Taylor will step out. Apuzzo wants it in her cross against her opposite captain, Abby Bosco. Bosco got screened off by Arsenault. Apuzzo's feed off the cross of Kinna. Shot clock's at 10. Arsenault not able to get to the interior. North outside the 8-meter key. Had her pass deflected. Excellent defense by Taylor. And it's Bosco who comes up with the scoop. Less than 2 minutes to go.
What a defensive play by Team Bosco. They were moving and grooving, well-oiled machine on the defensive end. It's exactly what you wanted to do in order to stop a potential comeback. Just 1:30 left in the game, so the ball will go back to Team Apuzzo, but not if a pipe is hit. That would reset the shot clock or a save that's kicked back out to them.
And in this situation, Courtney, now you want, if you're playing for Team Bosco in purple, you want to possess the ball as long as you can.
As long as humanly possible. And on the flip side, you want to press out. You need the ball, as quick as could be, but there's 15 seconds left, so they're probably going to sit back on Team Apuzzo and let their goalkeeper do the saving. Emily Sterling's done a good job taking over the reins for Kaylee Waters.
Going through their game clock management, this is sizzled high. Just 2 seconds left on the shot clock. Dorney will just leave it on the end line.
It would have been ideal if she even tossed that ball farther into the corner, making Team Apuzzo have to run a little farther to get it prior to the shot clock expiring.
Final 37 seconds of play. North sidewinder. She sailed that off the target. Team Apuzzo needs 2. Who are you setting up? I'm sure it's 88 in the orange if you're looking for a shot from deep. Trying to get this game tied. It's 2-1 Team Bosco in the fourth quarter scoring. There's the 2 from North that's stabbed by Britt Reed. The keeper in the clutch keeps Team Bosco in front, and they ask for the timeout.
I like this look by Charlotte. Again, the double team was there. Bosco has just really stepped things up, creating outside shots that Britt Reed, their goalkeeper, is able to see well. Her eyes were on that ball the entire time. And if they play things right, they should be able to run out this clock. They don't even have to get the ball over the restraining line because they have 20 seconds. Once the ball is in her stick, I think we can pretty much count this one for Team Bosco.
I think something to note too, Britt Reed has been on fire here today, and it's kind of going a little bit underrated in this star-studded matchup, but I think she's been really sturdy in the cage, seeing that one all the way through.
Britt Reed now in her 4th season of Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse. You can experience AU Pro Lacrosse in person right here in Sparks, Maryland. Tomorrow, it's College Day. Go to auprolacrosse.com to buy your tickets this afternoon. auprolacrosse.com, it's where you can find TV listings for the game to follow. Just about a half hour's time, Team Glenn and Team Marino. This Team Bosco unit fell to Team Marino 10-7 back on opening day Thursday night. Team Apuzzo lost to Team Glenn 13-12. Right now, just 15.1 seconds away from victory lane for the team in purple. Charlotte North, another hat trick performance. She had 4 in the loss 2 days ago. Officials getting things coordinated. Sam Apuzzo barking her instructions. Team Apuzzo needs a strong ride here to force a turnover. Off and running. Reed on the end line, possessing the ball, and the horn sounds. Team Bosco upends Team Apuzzo by the final of 9-7.
A star-studded matchup. Izzy Skane, Erin Kuykendall, Marie McCool, Charlotte North for Team Apuzzo, Captain Sam Apuzzo, but it was the defense. And I agree with Kylie on this one, from Britt Reed, Abby Bosco, Meg Dowdy, Kristen Carr, Courtney Taylor. They were doing the job on the defensive end of the field, winning possessions for the offense, which was creating those extra opportunities and solidifying that 9-7 win.
Team Bosco, quite the reversal as they pose for the photo afterwards. They finished the game on a 6-2 run, outscoring a Team Apuzzo 6-2 over the final 19 minutes to get the job done. Kylie Ohlmiller standing by with victorious captain Abby Bosco.
Okay, Cap, you got another big one here. I heard a lot of defensive strategy in the huddles. What went into that?
Definitely. I mean, we have a veteran defense. We've all played together before, which has been so nice. But I mean, it's very obvious. So I think everyone watching knows, like, they have a stacked offense. You have Sam, you have Charlotte, Kenzie, Dempsey. So a lot of planning, but I think we had each other's backs the whole time. And when things maybe didn't go as planned, we adjusted quickly. And I think that's allowed us to work well as a unit.
It definitely showed. We loved the defense all game long, so congrats on a big win.
Thank you.
Well done, Abby. Same to you, Kylie. Izzy Skane put 4 on the board for Team Bosco, and they down Team Apuzzo by the final of 9-7. Folks, Athletes Unlimited Pro Lacrosse is continuing at 2:30 Eastern today. Team Glenn squaring off with Team Marino. For Courtney Martinez-Connor, for Kylie Ohlmiller, for all the men and women in our crew, Joe Beninati, thanks for your time. Team Bosco on top by 2.